One of the greatest gifts I've received from getting older is not giving AF anymore. And you know why? Because I've discovered is that many of the rules I have been living by were completely made up. One year we're told to wear this, the next year we're told it's out of style. We're told when we should retire, where we should live, how we should look. It's very clearly outlined how women need to behave. Well, at some magical point, I simply stopped asking, what should I be doing or wearing or how should I be acting? Instead, I started asking, what actually feels true for me? I call it outside-in living versus inside-out living. As a rebel crone, you can guess which one I center my life around now. In this video, I'm going to share the 5 simple shifts that help me stop living from the outside in and start aging from the inside out. This isn't rocket science, ladies. This is what's most natural, but mostly forgotten. So number 1, what I don't AF about. I don't dress for trends. I stopped chasing fashion trends simply because someone else decided this is this year's color, hairstyle, or pant leg is suddenly in. Or even more importantly, what woman my age should be wearing. Of course, we all know that trends keep changing in suspiciously regular intervals. They keep us buying more, creating more waste, more scrambling to be seen as being up to date and not outdated. Oh my God, a big fear for women as they get older, and for good reason. In a culture that celebrates youth, being told that we should just look our age suggests don't even try to be relevant because you're not. But let's look one layer deeper. What are trends really doing? What I see is they keep women off balance. Anytime anything keeps you focused on the outside as a means of feeling good on the inside, well, you can bet that actually feeling good about yourself will be impossible. But note how comfort with oneself, confidence in oneself, and being authentic never go out of style, because that is living from the inside out. Nowadays, I no longer dress to look like an image someone is trying to sell me. I no longer dress to get attention, to look sexy, or be admired. I dress exactly how I want to dress. Today it's hot in my office. I'm wearing a tank top because I want to be cool. If I want to incorporate a new trend, I do, and I don't feel guilty. If I want to wear an oldie but goodie, I do, and I don't feel guilty. If I want to mix them all up, which I do on a regular basis, I do, and I don't feel guilty. Bottom line for me is that I love adorning my body in what brings me joy. I have fun with a lot of different looks, and I know what looks good on my body. I've often been told by other women, but Elisa, you can wear anything. Anything looks good on you. Au contraire, my reply is, if I don't look good in it, I don't wear it. So of course you're not going to see me in anything that I don't look good in. Bottom line, I dress for me and what makes me happy. I invite you to dress for your own personal joy, whatever that is. Number 2, what I don't give AF about anymore is I don't let age decide my purpose. Somewhere along the way, society decided there comes a time when women are supposed to quietly step aside, typically after menopause. You are no longer a sexual object according to youthful standards, so goodbye. Starting around perimenopause, we are told to begin the process of slowing down. Disappear a little more year by year. Well, I don't buy it. And I didn't buy it when I was in my 40s moving into my 50s. I made conscious decisions to create a different trajectory for myself, and it was not easy, but I did it. Now at 65, I don't feel like life is winding down. The exact opposite. I am at the height of my creative abilities. I'm serious. My skills are at a whole new level because I have combined life experience and wisdom to the best of my ability, which isn't perfect, but it works for me. So the question becomes, if you're at the peak of your abilities, why should you slow down and go away? I believe that in our elder years, it is the time that we are vitally important. Our skills are much needed in this world to balance out the focus on youth and masculine power structures. And I'll take it one step further. I feel it is imperative that older women step up to the plate of life and be a part of the grand game of living. Each of our roles will vary. Some of us will be called to cheer in the stands, some to be coaches, some to throw the fastballs or the slow balls, to monitor the outfield. Doesn't matter. Some of us get to sell amazing hot dogs on the sidelines. The role that will make you most happy is the one you are designed to do. You simply belong where you belong, where you are designed to fit. And just because you got older doesn't mean you don't fit anymore. You fit. When you live from the inside out, your purpose in your elder years will be self-evident. So I invite you to stop letting the world define you and start discovering what is true about you and, quite frankly, has been true about you all along. Number 3, I don't assume smaller means freer. People often assume that once the kids are grown, the career is over, that you're supposed to downsize everything, including your expectations, and especially your expectations. One of the current trends is small living. It says small is better, and tiny is even more better. Well, what is that all about? Well, I have some ideas on that one, but we're not going to go into it on this video because it's not pertinent to where we're going with this. Well, small living isn't for me. I know that. I know me, and I know that I like space around me. I like choices, and I like room to spread my wings. I spend a lot of time at home. It is the creative hub of my being, and that needs some space. So do I feel guilty about living in a larger home by most standards with plenty of yard and no neighbors around? Oh, heck no. This is what works for me. What works for you? Tiny, large, smaller, bigger. It doesn't matter. What works for you? Okay, number 4 of the things that I just don't AF anymore about is I don't chase looking younger. We weren't raised in a culture that celebrates youth. We were raised in a culture that actually idolizes youth as the goal. That perpetual youth is what we should be achieving. And if we don't, something wrong with you. Well, all I can say is good luck with that one. Until humanity figures out a real elixir of youth, which I feel is coming, but until then we will age. In a world that is focused on the outside as the measuring stick of how you should feel on the inside, this is a big problem for us as we age. Every gray hair, every line, every sag is a testament to failure and being unworthy. But if we turn the view to inside out, what happens? Well, for me, this is what happened. I stopped fussing over the things I could not control, like living in an older body. Then I started focusing on what I could control. I no longer fight aging. I focus on how I want to age. Those are 2 completely different lives. In this one, I take care of myself. I eat well in moderation. I move, I stretch in moderation. I spend time outdoors. I spend time with friends. I'm always creating and exploring. But my goal isn't to look 35 again. My goal is to feel fully alive at 65. And being fully alive is being grounded in who I am and letting that shine into my world. Once again, we know what this is. Outside in versus inside out. Now, number 5. This is a big one. I don't ask permission to be myself. This might be the biggest challenge of all for us women. I no longer organize my life around who other people think I should be because I've discovered something. Knowing yourself is only the first step. In fact, this step can take a lifetime. It has been a lifetime of peeling back the layers at my age, and it is still happening. We didn't grow up once and then it's coasting downhill the rest of the way. We are always in a state of being, of becoming, and it is a dynamic state, even in an aging body. I dare say, especially in an aging body. the dynamic of our inner world begins to take precedence over the outside world. And that, my dear friends, is the recipe for peace and enjoying life. Get to know yourself at the age that you are. Then once you know yourself, the next invitation is simple. The next step is be true to yourself. That is exactly where freedom begins. When who you are inside finally matches how you live on the outside. And we know what that's called. So in closing, maybe that's one of the greatest gifts of growing older. Not that we stop caring, but that we finally become more interested in living our own lives than performing someone else's script or expectations. The world will always offer another trend. You will always be scrambling to catch up with the outside is trying to dictate who you are. You'll be stressed and you will always be outdated. Promise. But there's always another opinion and another rule. The question is, will you keep living from the outside dictating in? Or will you finally trust yourself enough to not give a F anymore and to live from the inside out no matter what? If this is of interest to you and you want to go deeper into the layers of expectations and programming that need to be shed to live more authentically and cleanly from the inside out, then I created a free 35-page guide to help you. I'll include the link in the description and in the first comment. So that wraps up my 5 things that I don't give a F anymore, and I hope they're helpful to you. And I know there's probably a lot more. I'd love to hear about them. Share yours in the comments. And as always, I like to sign off with peace from within. That's where it starts. That's where it ends. That's where it all is. Peace from within. And let that shine out, ladies, because you are beautiful. You're important. And it doesn't matter how old you are. You have a role to play. And especially right now, we need you to be you.